Yo, it's your boy Wide Shoes coming in with another basketball shoe review. Today, we're going to be taking a look at the Giannis Immortality 3s. This is a budget shoe coming in at $85 from Nike. Alright, so what did I like the most in the Giannis Immortality 3s? It's definitely going to be the traction. It's a herringbone S style, and I had no issues with performance. It was very consistent and very reliable. Also, dust collection on the Immortality 3s is not too bad, and even if you do collect dust, due to the shape of the shoe, it's very easy to just wipe away the dust in one swipe. So overall, the traction pattern, it's very reliable, it's very consistent. Although I will say, the new pattern has these more pronounced tabs on the bottom that do concern me in regards to durability. I played in this shoe for about 2 weeks, probably about 6 sessions that were about 2 hours, and there weren't any visible signs of deterioration on the traction pattern, but in hand, those tabs do feel quite a bit flimsy, especially being compared to the old model's traction pattern. So overall, the traction's very consistent. No issues here, but there is a slight concern with durability. So I'm going to give them an 8 out of 10 in traction. All right, so what is my second most favorite part of the shoe? It's definitely going to be the court feel and the cushioning in the Immortality 3s. This shoe is extremely low to the ground and has amazing heel to toe transition. Nike really got their Renew cushioning down with this shoe, as it feels a lot softer underfoot when compared to other models. Also, this shoe is much less clunky because your heel is no longer raised up as it was in the Immortality 2s, and the front of the shoe or the forefoot area is extremely flexible, but the middle foot area remains stiff. This is good for injury prevention and to prevent the shoe from buckling underneath. So overall, I'm going to give the cushioning of the Immortality 3s an 8 out of 10. I personally think that the cushioning specs are not amazing, but due to the shoe being so plush underfoot and having such an amazing heel to toe transition, Nike has successfully gotten away with not putting in too much tech, but ending up with a well cushioned shoe. All right, so what is my third most favorite part of the shoe? It's definitely going to be the fit and the lockdown of the Immortality 3s. Well, personally, before we get into any of this, I think you should go up half a size. Luckily, the shoe runs a tad bit short and is fairly wide footer friendly. So if you have wide feet, you can go up half a size comfortably without worrying about dead space in the toes. And basically, if you didn't like the fit of the Immortality 2s, which is something that I didn't like, you should still try these out because they are a lot different. Now, I will say, in regards to the Immortality 2s versus Immortality 3s, I do think the lacing system takes a small step down from the Immortality 2s. Although the lacing system is not bad per se in this shoe, Nike chose to make the eyelets external instead of internal like on the previous model, and the tongue padding on the Immortality 3s is also a lot less than the 2s. So I just found that I wasn't able to crank the laces as much as I wanted like I was in the past pair, but I still feel very safe in this shoe and it does hug my foot very nicely. So I'm going to give the Fit in a Lockdown a 7.5 out of 10. All right, so what did I like the fourth most about the Immortality 3s? It's definitely going to be the materials used. I'm going to give the materials a 7 out of 10. The mesh on the shoe works really well. I played in Long Beach or in Southern California for about 2 hours in the sun on one of the days I was using this shoe, and my feet were very well ventilated. Also, I have seen a lot of reviewers complain that the material feels very paper-like, but the shoe is only $85, and for me personally, I think that that was a good choice just because it allowed the shoe to be so lightweight. So for $85, I think that the materials you're getting here are very well executed, and I'm not going to say that the materials are amazing, but again, it's $85. I think that this is a good deal, and if you're balling on a budget, this is probably the nicest budget shoe you can get right now. All right, so now let's move on to the downsides of the shoe, or some of the things that I didn't like with Immortality 3s. Firstly, the shoe doesn't have enough support for me. I'm about 200 pounds now, and when I would do step backs from side to side, I would kind of miss a lot of my shots just because my shoe felt like it was slipping under my foot. Basically, the torsional support of the shoe, I think if you're a bigger player like me, you can get the shoe to kind of shift too much or be too flexible underfoot. Also, this is a nitpick, but there is a heel cup, or the outer heel cup of the shoe. It just rubs against my ankle bone and it causes a lot of discomfort, and it wasn't something that I experienced relief in despite wearing the shoe for 2 weeks, quite a bit of break-in time. And lastly, although this is kind of a weirder nitpick. The shoe that I got smelled terribly strong of chemicals. It also made my foot itchy, and I'm trying to not, I guess, blame the shoe for making my foot itchy, but every time I've worn these shoes, the chemical smell has been really horrendous, and my foot really does itch after I wear them. I hope no one thinks that's defamatory, but that is just something I've never experienced in a shoe, and I thought I should share it with you guys. So in terms of downside, I think that the support or the lockdown, if you're doing a lot of step backs or side to side movements as a bigger player, may be a concern. I don't know if the shoe's materials are strong enough to house someone who's larger, which is kind of ironic that these are Giannis's shoes. And the heel cup hurt my foot, and the shoe smelled like chemicals. But overall, that's really all the downsides I have. So I told you guys recently, or last time, my first video ever, that you should skip the Immortality 2s, and I'm actually going to say you should not skip the Immortality 3s. I think if money is your biggest concern, if you are balling on a budget, you should give these a try. If you are someone who's not extremely heavy or big, I think if you're a smaller player, this shoe is a great budget shoe for you. I think if you're a larger player, you may have to look elsewhere, but I can finally say that the Immortality 3s are not a pass. But still, do not buy the Immortality 2s, okay? If you have the option, just do not get the Immortality 2s. I told you guys they were bad. These ones aren't that bad. They're okay. So thank you for trusting me with your shoe reviews, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.